From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Hello everyone, I'm Drew Collins.
And I'm Benny Claren. Today is February 18th, 2022, and welcome back to Xavier News.
Xavier has updated their mask mandate. Starting February 21st, masks will no longer be required in public or indoor spaces. Although masks are not required, Xavier community members are still welcome to wear a mask. Students will be required to be up to date on their vaccinations at the start of each fall semester. COVID-19 vaccines and boosters are available through Xavier Health Services to students.
A string of break-ins has been targeting the homes of Asian restaurant owners here in Cincinnati. The break-ins have occurred in the Montgomery, Blue Ash, Westchester, Milford, and Villa Hills area. Police say that burglars are targeting Asian restaurant owners specifically, quote, due to language barriers and cultural differences, unquote. Anyone with information regarding the break-ins, please contact your local police department.
And now, let's take a look at what Xavier students do to enjoy winter weather.
Hi, my name is Molly Sturm, and today I'm going to be asking Xavier students how they feel about snow days. How do you feel about the snow?
I personally do not like the snow, preferably. It's not the most convenient weather for me. I really like it when it's sunny and warm outside.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How do I feel about the snow? I love the snow. It's a part of me for sure.
I'm very excited. I'm a big snow guy being from Boston, so I love the snow.
I like to sled. I like to go skiing, but here with friends and taking like random equipment, I like to go sledding.
100% sledding. Back home in Mason, there was this, we had this park, it was called Pine Hill, and it had this very nice slope going down. There was a nice little area we could get a little bit of air, which was, scary the first time you went, but very fun every other time.
What is the most snow that you've ever seen?
Well, I'm from Boston, all the way on the East Coast, so I see a lot of snow. So I'd say the most snow is probably like well over 4 or 5 feet.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, probably I think it was 2014, 2015, we got 100 inches in a month and a half, I think.
Honestly, I've seen up to 4 to 5 feet here in Cincinnati. So yeah, it's kind of crazy sometimes, but not as bad as other places in the nation. So
Yeah. Any tips for walking to class in the snow?
Just watch where you're going. There might be salt on the ground, but it's not always ice-free. So, I look at the ground a lot in the weather.
Understandable. Do you have boots, hats, scarves, the whole deal?
Yes, I do. I actually grew up in Ohio, so I'm kind of used to it. So I don't wear it quite as often as most people, but I do wear rain boots, actually, to keep from spring.
Absolutely,
So,
yeah.
I got boots, and that makes it easier. If the snow's really bad, run.
Bundle up, scarves, hats, gloves, all that. Nose over your toes so you don't trip and whip out for black ice.
And now back to the studio.
The United States has been banned importing avocados from Mexico. The ban comes after a representative of the Department of Agriculture, Animal, and Plant Health Inspection Services received a threat on their cell phone. The department was carrying out inspections in Uruapan, Michoacan. Michoacan has experienced cartel turf battles where avocado farmers are being extorted. Supply chains could see a shortage of avocados as well as a rise in their prices.
A security guard in a Russian art gallery has been fired after defacing a $1.4 million painting. The security guard drew eyes on a painting which featured portraits of people without faces. The security guard did it because they were bored on the day of the job. The gallery has not released the name of the security guard.
Last Wednesday, more than 100 students in West Virginia staged a walkout from their own high school. Students claimed that the school officials infringed on their religious rights by forcing them to attend a Christian revival performance held on the school's campus. Students who attended the assembly were told to, quote, raise their arms in prayer and give their lives to Jesus, end quote. The speaker also stated, quote, those who do not follow the Bible will go to hell when they died, end quote. According to the Associated Press, during the walkout, students began chanting, my faith, my choice, and separate church and state.
With the Bengals making the return back to Cincinnati, Trevor Ray finds how people are dealing with the loss at the Super Bowl.
My name is Joe Murner. I am a senior at Xavier University.
My name's Jacob Smith, and I'm a senior.
My name's Nicole, and I'm a senior.
My name's Sophie Bolter. I'm a senior, PPP political science major.
My name is Joseph Cotton. I am a junior PPP and Econ major.
My family's been Bengals fans my whole life. My grandpa goes to every game, but I have honestly never cared until this year.
Really, I became a Bengals fan once they hit the playoffs. Just everybody seemed to be really excited for it, and I'm a Lions fan, so it's really good seeing like another Midwest team succeed. So that's kind of why I hopped on the train.
It's been a long time since the Bengals were good. It's been a long time for having something to root for in Cincinnati, so that was exciting.
The Bengals have changed the city in a huge way this year because there's actually hype in Cincinnati. People are getting excited, showing local spirit. It's very unifying.
This season, they definitely changed the community in Cincinnati because like the bars are more packed, where people are like happy because this is like the Bengals. It's like Cincinnati's thing. So like it's a proud moment.
It's a lot more electric, I think. I think that people are a lot more excited about Cincinnati as a whole and want to get involved more just in things. And I know personally, like, not a big sports person, didn't really know what was going on, but even I was getting caught up in it. I was so excited about everything. So yeah, it's just a lot of energy, which I think has been really good for the city.
I think just the whole experience kind of raised a bit of hope, and I keep hearing people out at dinners and bars saying next year for sure, which you never heard that before, so that's pretty exciting.
My dad and I went to the Titans playoff game, so of course that very exciting moment for me to see them win in Nashville.
I think my favorite moment of the season was when the Bengals defense came up with that interception to kind of clinch that playoff berth or the Super Bowl berth. And it was just like, it was crazy because it kind of just ended in an instant. And it was just like, wow, they really did it. And it was cool.
So I hosted like a little party last week, and even like, I didn't invite like loads and loads of people, but everyone I invited was just pumped, They were so excited about it. And so it's lovely. I'm a fan.
The Cincinnati Archdiocese is set to receive some new priests, new churches, as well as some other changes. Over the next 5 years, the number of Catholic parishes will be cut down from 210 to 57. Although the new assignments will be made public on Monday, they won't take effect until July 1st. For the time being, Mass schedules will remain unchanged for now.
The Spring Career Fair is coming back to Xavier. Over 100 different organizations will be in attendance here, recruiting for internships, graduate positions, and full-time positions. All students are welcome to be in attendance in person on February 23rd next week in the Cintas Center and March 1st for the virtual career fair.
A new bill proposed in Florida could ban sexual orientation in the classroom. The legislation is based on the Parents' Bill of Rights, which provides protection for the rights of parents to teach their children. The bill states that a school district may not encourage classroom discussion about sexual orientation or gender identity in primary grade levels or in a manner that is non-age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students.
Now, let's go ahead and take a look at Ethan Stanley's report on the changing demographics of one of Cincinnati's neighborhoods.
Madisonville is a neighborhood established in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1809, and the community has boomed in recent years because of MedPace, a full-service contract research organization which built its headquarters in Madisonville in 2012. But since then, a lot of people have accused Madisonville of going through gentrification, like resident Kathy Garrison, who has been in Madisonville for over 60 years.
Gentrification is happening in Madisonville, there's no question. The real adverse benefits to this gentrification has been that we've lost a lot of our neighbors. People cannot afford to stay here anymore. Our taxes went up just horrendously last year, and that's due to the $500,000 homes that they're trying to squeeze in between $40,000 and $50,000 houses or even a $100,000 house. We've lost a lot of our history. The historical buildings have disappeared. There's really no plan, again, to put anything back.
Despite the price increases, Kerry Devery, president of the Madisonville Community Council, moved to Madisonville for price reasons.
I actually didn't think I was going to move to Madisonville. I was in Pleasant Ridge, just next door, and couldn't afford any of the homes that were there, and I thought I was going to have to go further north because it felt like Madisonville was similar. The housing market was getting very expensive at that point, and a lot of the options were either near the top of my price range, or maybe they needed a little bit more work than I could put in. The Madisonville Community Council is a neighborhood civic association. The Community Council has played an important role in development, but it kind of waxes and wanes over the year. It kind of depends, right? Because you do have elected leadership, and the main role the Community Council has played over the years is to be that kind of open forum. So when a developer comes in to the neighborhood and wants to do something, like construct an apartment building, they will come and present to the Community Council, and they will most likely ask for a letter of support if they need any kind of changes, which is very common, because a lot of times it's not going to fit in with the zoning code. So they are actually going to go to the city to get permission to do something, and they will come to the Community Council first to ask for a letter of support, because then they can turn around, and when they're asking for whatever that they are requesting, they can say that the Community Council supports it. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way. And a lot of time, and it kind of depends, that's kind of a political decision by the city, because there have been times when a community council in general may not support an idea, but the city will approve it anyways.
In conclusion, Madisonville residents want Cincinnati City Council and developers to make sure they listen to their needs and concerns as they approve new development, so both long-term and new residents can cost-effectively live in the neighborhood.
This past Tuesday in Chicago, a woman has reportedly cured from HIV after receiving a stem cell transplant from a donor who was naturally resistant to the virus that causes AIDS. According to Reuters, quote, "The woman has been in remission and free from the virus for 14 months without the need for potent HIV treatments," end quote. This case is also the first involving umbilical cord blood, a new approach that may make the treatment more accessible. This is the third case of cured HIV ever, and is making a huge impact in saving innocent lives and reducing stigma.
This Super Bowl saw new trailers for some upcoming films. The first trailer was for Nope, directed by Jordan Peele. The trailer has created many mysteries surrounding the film's plot, as it showcases a mysterious flying object at a horse ranch. Other films that showed the trailers were Jurassic World Dominion, Knives Out 2, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Seems like some very cool and interesting times coming up at the theater very soon.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, during the halftime show, rapper Eminem kneeled during performing Lose Yourself. Fans believe this to be an act of solidarity with Colin Kaepernick and other NFL players who kneeled during the national anthem as a protest against racial injustice and police brutality. After the show, rumors spread that the NFL warned the rapper to not kneel, but he did it anyway. However, the NFL denies this. League spokesman Brian McCarthy said, quote, "We watched all the elements of the show during multiple rehearsals this week and were aware that Eminem was going to do that," end quote.
4 people were injured Saturday morning in a fight in West Hollywood. At 2:45 in the morning, a fight broke out near the Night Sky Lounge and Restaurant, which hosted an after party for a famous celebrity, Justin Bieber. Eventually, shots were fired during the night, leaving again 4 people wounded. Kodak Black was one of them, but is now in a stable condition. LAPD have stated that the incident is in no way gang-related and have asked for the public's assistance in identifying anyone involved.
Well, that's all from the news desk.
We'll be right back with the Xavier Sports Network report.
Hello everyone, I'm Trevor Ray and welcome to the Xavier Sports Report. To start it off, we will talk about the biggest thing in Cincinnati sports since the Reds won the World Series in 1990. The Bengals were in the Super Bowl this past Sunday where they faced the LA Rams. It was a very tough game, both teams played great defense and it was a nail-biter throughout. At halftime, the Rams were up 13-10. Then in the third quarter, the Bengals came out swinging, scoring 10 points. Late in the fourth quarter, the Rams got the ball and drove down the field, and after many plays in the red zone, due to the amount of penalties being called, the Rams were able to get the ball in the end zone, which put them back in the lead 23-20. The Bengals had just over a minute left for one more drive, and on 4th and 1, Joe Burrow was sacked, and that put an end to the game and the season. The Rams won 23-20, and the Bengals returned to Cincinnati as Super Bowl contenders for the first time in over 30 years. Thank you, Bengals, for an incredible season and bringing the Cincinnati fan base back to life. Moving on to Xavier basketball, the men's team is now 17-8 after beating the UConn Huskies 68-74 last week and losing to 86-73 to St. John's on Wednesday. The Musketeers have lost their spot in the top 25 for now and will face the Huskies at UConn tomorrow at noon. Now on to the Olympics. Early Thursday morning, the U.S. women's hockey team fell just short, losing to Canada in the gold medal game, which earned them the silver medal. The standings right now are Norway at number 1 with 15 gold and 34 total medals, followed by Germany with 10 gold and 22 total medals, and then America in third with 8 gold medals and 21 total medals. The Olympics will end this Sunday. We'll have to see whether Germany or America can catch up, or if Norway is going to leave Beijing with the most medals. That's it for Xavier Sports. I'm Trevor Ray, and as always, let's go X.